Hey, Skull Vikings family. What's up, you purple-blooded warriors? Imagine this. Our boys in the trenches, the heart and soul of every gut-wrenching drive, suddenly turning into a revolving door of chaos. Snaps flying wild, pressures mounting like a blizzard in January. That's the nightmare hitting our Minnesota Vikings offensive line right now, and it's got me fired up. Today on Vikings News, we're diving deep into this injury apocalypse that's testing our grit like never before. Stick with me because by the end, you'll know exactly who should snap that ball to protect our QB and pave the way for glory. Who's ready to break it down? Let's charge. Our offensive line was supposed to be the unbreakable wall this season. But man, it's been a bloodbath from week 1. We've lost a whopping 13 games, no, that's 13 players, to injuries on offense alone, and the O-line's taken the hardest hits. Think about it. Every time we line up, it's like playing Russian roulette with our protection. The center spot, total mayhem. Our starter, Ryan Kelly, hasn't just sat out 2 full games. He's missed the second half of 2 others too, thanks to nagging issues piling up. Now he's on injured reserve, leaving us scrambling. Fans, doesn't this make your blood boil? How do we keep building momentum when the foundation's crumbling? And here's the teaser that keeps me up at night. With the next 3 games demanding a backup center, we've got 2 warriors stepping up. Michael Juergens, our 7th-round gem, or the Swiss Army knife himself, Blake Brandel. One's a natural-born snapper with raw potential. The other's a vet who's played everywhere but the snap count. Who gets the nod? It's a choice that could flip our season from heartbreak to horn-blowing triumph. Buckle up, because we're breaking this down scene by scene, stat by stat, and I want your take in the comments. Who you got? Let's roll. The center carousel started spinning faster than a Justin Jefferson juke, and it's all because of those brutal injury hits. Over the first 5 weeks, that revolving door at center wasn't due to sloppy play. No, it was pure bad luck slamming us. Kelly's absences forced backups into the fire, and now with him sidelined long-term, we're staring down a crossroads. Picture this. Our QB dropping back, eyes wide, wondering if the snap's coming clean or turning into a fumble fiesta. We've seen it all, folks. Missed halves, full outages, and it's cost us momentum in key drives. What's your worst memory of an O-line meltdown this year? Drop it below. Let's commiserate. Zooming in on the numbers, because you know I love the cold, hard truth. Those 13 offensive injuries aren't just stats. They're the reason our run game's sputtering and pass pros leaking like a sieve. The majority, right on that O-line, where depth's thinner than a goal line stand against the Lions. Kelly's contract? Smart money, nearly $9 million in cap savings if we pivot right. But it's not just about dollars. It's about heart. We've got guys battling through pain, logging snaps they never dreamed of, all to keep our purple pride alive. Isn't that the Viking way? Tough as nails, no quit. Tell me, brothers and sisters, how many more hits can this line take before we roar back? This dilemma's got me pacing like it's game time at US Bank. Juergens or Brandel? It's the fork in the road that could define our playoff push. One path's conventional wisdom, the other's a wild card gamble. But hey, that's why we love this team. Chaos breeds legends. As we head into these next battles, every fan's got skin in the game. Who's your pick and why? Hit the comments. Let's debate like we're tailgating before the Packers clash. Up next, we're peeling back Juergens' story. You won't believe his rookie fire. Michael Juergens isn't just some late-round lottery ticket. He's the 7th-round steal from Wake Forest in the 2024 draft that had our scouts drooling over starter potential. The Vikings brass saw it: poise, power, that college pedigree translating to NFL trenches. Now, with Kelly down, Juergens is knocking on the door, and man, does it feel like destiny calling. Imagine him anchoring the middle, calling out protections like a general in battle. Could this be the spark that ignites our offense? I've got chills just thinking about it. What do you say, fam? Time to unleash the kid. In his first 3 games, Juergens has been a snap machine, logging a hefty 126 reps. Including that full start against the Bengals where he stared down a ferocious D-line. Pro Football Focus wasn't kind with the grades. Fair, it's baptism by fire, but dig deeper. On 81 pass-blocking snaps, he surrendered just 5 pressures, 4 on true sets. That's a 92% efficiency rate for a guy tasting regular season NFL for the first time. Not elite, but promising, like a young warrior finding his footing in the shield wall. Remember that Bengals game? He held the fort when it counted, clutch as a frozen tundra. Where Jurgens shines brightest is the run game, classic for a young big man, generating movement that pancakes defenders and opens lanes for our backs. Technique in pass pro? Still raw, needs polishing, but growth's the name of the game. He's got that Viking grit, pushing through issues to become the anchor we crave. Fans, picture him pancaking a rusher on a Justin Jefferson screen. Pure poetry. But with his hamstring tweaking up last Sunday, we dodged a bullet? Or did we? What's your read on Jurgens' upside? Overhype or future cornerstone? Spill in the comments. That hamstring sidelined Jurgens against the Browns, thrusting Brandel into the unknown. And what a debut it was, even if the tape tells a mixed tale. But hold up, Vikings news alert. Fresh off the wire, our boys responding well to treatment, eyeing practice reps Friday before the international showdown. Coach O'Connell's optimistic. He wants to see that turnover agility. If he suits up, it's Jurgens holding the line. If not, Brandel's our rock. This update's got me pumped. Health's returning. Fam. No major twists, but it's fuel for the fire. Who's feeling the momentum shift? Brandel's entry wasn't planned, but necessity's the mother of invention, right? With injuries piling like snowdrifts, he slid into center for the first time ever, NFL or college, and helped orchestrate that epic game-winning drive in London. The tape? Simple and steady. Safe snaps. No botched exchanges that could have turned triumph to tragedy. When you're breaking in a new snapper, especially out of position, that's gold. He kept it clean, calmed the nerves, and let our QB focus on slinging it. Ever worry about a high snap derailing a comeback? Brandel said, "Not today." Pro Football Focus was harsh. Offense 41.0, pass block 54.2, run block 42.5, but those numbers don't capture the magic. He allowed just 2 pressures, 1 a sack, in a debut against a Browns front that's no joke. Head coach Kevin O'Connell lit him up post-game. Blake personified versatility, communication, physicality, technique. A real positive. That's high praise from KOC, who doesn't hand it out lightly. Brandel's that glue guy, engaging defenders and locking them down. Fans, doesn't this scream underdog story? What's your hot take on those grades, fair or foul? Brandel's superpower? He's danced at all 5 O-line spots, making him league gold for a banged-up unit like ours. Once he latches on, it's over, Control City. But here's the rub. 0 prior game snaps at center means learning curves on calls and line chats. Still, in London, he simplified and executed, anchoring a backup-heavy line to victory. That comeback? For backups stepping up, Brandel at the helm. Viking magic. Imagine if he'd flubbed a snap. Instead, he delivered. Brothers, ever seen a more versatile purple people eater? Tell me below. The choice boils down to paths. Conventional with Jurgens, the dedicated center honing his craft, or Brandel, the NFL vet whose experience bleeds versatility but lacks position-specific reps. Jurgens knows the nuances, line calls, adjustments, like the back of his hand from college days. Brandel's got the pro polish, translating guard/tackle savvy to the middle, but protection schemes, that's uncharted for him. It's like picking between a sharpshooter and a slingshot. Both can hit, but which for the long haul? What's your gut? Fam? Specialist or all-rounder? Penalties are the silent killer this season, and here's where Brandel edges out. Just 1 holding flag in his start, while Jurgens owns 4. Procedural dings that stall drives and ignite fan fury. Our team's been flagged like a ref's worst nightmare, especially those brain freeze errors. Brandel's clean slate screams reliability when every yard counts. But flip it. Jurgens' penalties are growing pains. Brandel's a vet who should know better. Ever screamed at a false start that killed a chain mover? Yeah, me too. Which flaw scares you more? Youthful slips or versatility trade-offs? Long-term vision's key, Vikings faithful, locking Brandel at center risks losing his backup wizardry, that emergency plug-in for any hole. With our injury curse, that's luxury we can't afford. Jurgens gets the first crack to prove he's the future starter, saving cap and building depth. If he falters, Brandel's the safety net. Nothing's etched in stone. Coach believes in the kid. I do too. The smart chess in a brutal league. What if Jurgens balls out? Trade bait for Kelly's return. Wild thought. Your opinion. Lock in the rookie or keep the vet flexible. Fresh Vikings news update. Post by Jurgens is ramping up alongside Donovan Jackson and Blake Cashman. O'Connell's expecting practice returns next week. Kelly's IR stint means at least 3 more without him, but health's trending up. No bombshells, but this bye week's a reset button, potentially reuniting our trenches for weeks 7 and 8. Imagine a healed line pancaking the Lions. Skull echoes for days. It's all systems go, fam. These tweaks could be our turning point. Feeling the hype? Let's hear it. We've navigated a season's worth of shuffles in 5 weeks. From ideal starters to MASH unit mode. Remember the plan. Darisaw, Jackson, Kelly, Fries, O'Neal, pure power. Now, Rouse, Huber, Brandel experiments, Skule stepping up. Version Lee's promotion adds depth. Backing Brandel in London. It's next man up incarnate 5-1 per KOC. That Browns win? Proof our depth's got teeth. But how long can we sustain this patchwork? Fans, it's inspiring grit over glamour. What's the toughest sub you've seen this year? Stats don't lie, but heart wins games. Jurgens' 92% pass efficiency versus Brandel's 2-pressure debut. Both gritty in context. Overall, our O-lines allowed pressure spiking 15% from last year, per PFF, tied to those absences. Run games dipped to 4.1 yards per carry, but that London drive? 7.2 yards on key plays, Brandel paving. It's micro moments defining us. Clean snaps equaling touchdowns. Ever charted a drive ruined by a penalty? Opening. Which stat jumps out at you? Pressures or yards after contact? Versatility's our ace. Brandel's 5-position resume means adaptability when injuries strike, and they've struck hard, with 8 O-linemen DNP in practice last week. Jurgens brings center purity, but Brandel's the emergency toolkit. KOC nailed it. Best 5 out there working as one. That togetherness fueled the comeback. 4 backups, 1 heartbeat. It's Viking lore in the making. Brothers, in a league of specialists, who's your utility MVP? Nominate below. The gamble's real. Jurgens as long-term bet saves Brandel's flexibility, crucial for our fragile front. If the rook shines, $9 million cap relief on Kelly's deal opens doors. Maybe a splashy trade? Brandel's debut grades were meh, but O'Connell's glow-up speech? Stepped in, ran the show. That's coach speak for trust earned. Post-buy health wave could solidify Jurgens, but Brandel's path lingers if needed. It's chess, not checkers. What trade would you pull with that cap space? Dream big in comments. Looking ahead, these next 3 games are make-or-break trials for our center experiment. Win 'em ugly with backups, and we're playoff contenders. Stumble and doubts creep in. Jurgens' hamstring recovery's key. Full go by week 7? Game changer. Brandel's London poise buys time, but protecting our QB, Wentz or McCarthy, demands perfection. Stats show teams with stable centers average 1.2 more wins. Coincidence? Nah. Fans, which matchup scares you most for the line? Lions or Bears? Let's predict chaos. Story time. That Browns thriller. Down late, Brandel snaps clean, drive unfolds, victory snatched. It's the stuff of highlight reels. For backups embodying no excuses. Jurgens watched from sidelines, sleeve on leg, hungry to return. This narrative? Underdogs rising, injuries forging steel. Our 2025 tales unfolding like a saga. Will the young blood or vet glue write the next chapter? I've got faith, it's purple blood pumping. What's your favorite comeback memory? Share and relive the rush. Wrapping the debate. Jurgens first, for growth and preservation. Vikings believe he's league-ready. Brandel's the fallback, his value too precious to pigeonhole. Penalties, snaps, grades all point to calculated risk. With bye-week healing, Jurgens, Jackson back soon. We're poised. No major alerts, but this depth tests building champions. Ever felt that pre-game butterflies for a backup debut? Multiply by 10. Your final vote? Jurgens or Brandl? Stamp it in the comments. Let's build the consensus. Alright, Skull Squad. We've battled through the injury trenches, weighed the Warriors, and mapped the madness. Now it's your turn to roar. If this breakdown fired you up like a Lambo leap, smash that like button harder than a Jurgens pancake. Drop your center pick, your wildest trade idea, or just skull in the comments. Let's flood this with purple passion. Hit subscribe for more Vikings news straight from the heart. Turn on notifications so you never miss a snap, and share this with your fellow fans tailgating across the nation. We're in this together. Next stop, victory. Who's with me? Skull Vikings.